With Session Update, I'm Julie Bartke. Several proposals to raise the state's minimum wage were considered in the Senate Jobs, Agriculture, and Rural Development Committee. We'd like to show you some of that discussion at this time.
We believe it is important to consider the Family Economic Security Act policies from the perspective of child well-being, and especially the well-being of our youngest children. We believe in the value of all children as children, but oftentimes we talk about how our policies will impact the lives of our children as future parents, teachers, nurses, lawyers, and legislators. We must place this bill within the continuum of school readiness, school success, and adult achievement. Family income affects investments in children. Strengthening the economic security of families will help children, and by improving child development outcomes, we are also helping to ensure our state's future prosperity.
It's not small business that employs low-wage workers, it's large corporations. Nationwide, about 2/3 of low-wage workers are employed by large corporations. As of 2011, 92% were profitable for the past year, and 75% had higher revenues than before the recession.
According to the University of Minnesota, in 1968, a student working 6.2 hours per week during the school year at minimum wage would earn enough to pay the annual tuition of $385 per year. In effect, in 1968, a full-time student working part-time, even at the minimum wage, could pay their way through the University of Minnesota. Today, that's virtually impossible. A comparable University of Minnesota student would need to work more than 46 hours per week during the school year to earn the over $13,000 in tuition and fees.
Minimum wages of $10.55 an hour. I think it's going to be very difficult for teenagers and other young people who have virtually no experience to find a job, and I think those job opportunities are going to disappear when you have to pay some very young person that much money who needs a lot of supervision. I think a lot of employers are going to look for other alternatives because they're just not going to pay somebody that much money who has virtually no experience in life.
Well, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about what we pay and who. My cooks make between $12 and $15 an hour, and my kitchen manager makes more than that. The only person that really makes minimum wage and is not tipped is the Toastmaster on Sunday, and that's the 14 or 15-year-old boy that slices the toast. And believe me, he should be paying us.
The retail food industry also operates on a very, very low margin, around 1%. The increased payroll costs and the ramifications of that with increases in workers' comp and payroll taxes would be very, very challenging. The formula that's required to maintain a viable business dictates our ability to cost shift. A nearly 40% increase, as proposed in some of the language, over 2 years would be absolutely unabsorbable.
You were just watching a portion of the minimum wage discussions from the Senate Job, Agriculture, and Rural Development Committee. To watch that entire committee, you can go online to senate.mn/media.